And there we go. Hi, my name is Anne Marie, and I'm a member of the Sunfire Stable show team with another installment of I Signed Up for the Show Team. What's next? Today, our topic is looking good in the show ring, makeup and hair. And I'm here with Amanda, who rides her horse River, and she's going to give us a little tutorial on makeup and hair. A little bit for each of the disciplines that we usually ride in here, the Western, the English, and the ranch riding. So, Amanda, I'm going to let you take it away.
So for English riding, it is more preferred to actually just have a more put together look, and it's more about like finding your own style. For me, I like to do like the smoky eye with eyeshadow and a little bit of red lipstick, which is very, very common in the English world. For Western, however, I'd like to do a more natural look with a little bit of glitter because I also like the glitter, and that's what I'll be doing today. And you just want to like put yourself together. You don't want, as I have my palette here that has a million different colors, I don't like to use any of these colors. It makes you look, in my opinion, gawky. Even though I know a lot of people like that, for horse show you want to keep it as natural as possible, and I always like to say it's like you're going to a wedding. So I gotta get a little bit closer.
And I'm going to ask you just one question, Amanda. Before we started, and you can continue while we're going. Before we started, you were mentioning that this might not be the look for an 8-year-old. However, for a teen and above, for a junior rider.
Yes. I actually didn't start doing makeup until I was 16 at shows, just because at that age you're more like time management. This isn't something you have to do. It's just more or less you want, if you have like 2 hours in between, putting on a little makeup puts you just a little more together.
Good. Okay.
So I will be starting with a darker brown and just dabbing that into the crease of my eyelid just to give myself a little bit more of a pop. And I already have makeup on from earlier today because always gotta look pretty.
When you're in school. So now for the junior riders and the juniors, would you suggest maybe just a little bit of lip gloss or something?
Oh yeah, even a little bit of mascara. If you like to put on blush looks cute. Foundation, concealer.
But just very light and
very
subdued
light,
for the youngest riders.
And then even for the adult riders, that is also okay to be a little more self-expressive. Like you see Anne-Marie here, she likes her red lip. I also like my red lip for the show ring. I know a bunch of people do not, but it's just, it puts together the more picture, like perfect thing. And you see, if you look at upper level, they have a bunch of stuff for that.
Oh,
and
yeah.
It's just, they have a full face. And like I'm doing here would be a look I do for like ranch riding or for Western. I would not do this for English unless I'm showing English and Western the same day. And I am taking a little bit of glitter because, like I said, obsessed with it, as you can see. And I just like to put it on the top corner of my eye, just so it pops out my eye a little bit more. You can see a little bit.
Yeah.
And I do that on the other eye.
Well, I think it also makes for a nice, if you go by the judge and you smile, they see that you're actually smiling. Your lips are a bit of color, your eyes are brighter.
Or even if you're in like a showmanship and halter class,
yes,
you're so up close to the judge. If you have dirt on your face, they're going to be like, oh, they're not,
right.
They didn't notice that. And it's okay to have dirt on your face, but before you go into the show ring, you always want to make sure.
Right.
And that's honestly, it took me not even 2 minutes
right.
to do that.
Not at all.
And practice it at home. You don't want to be practicing looks on the day of the show because I have tried that and it has ended in tears and your mascara running down your face, and you're not even in the show pen yet. You're crying about your makeup.
Right.
Okay, do you want to move on to hair?
Sure. Did you want to do a little bit more for a little more color for English is more subdued. Western is where you add the glitter. Oh, okay.
Yes.
All right. Okay.
Even for English, I can open up my palette again. I step into a little bit of a more subtle glitter right there, but I'll only put it in the corner of my eyes right here.
Okay.
So as I've said, like the smoky eye, so you'll see me use more colors around in this genre. But for Western and all around, I do the more lighter browns.
Okay. And lip for you?
Lip for me. Like I said, I am a big sucker for the red lipstick when it
Hello.
comes to the English world. It's something I fell in love with last year during quarantine when I was practicing all this stuff. But for Western, I like to use a pink lip or a lip gloss. which you can use for any other classes, but it's just Western. I like to show off more of my clothing and not have it drag into my makeup.
Another aspect of that is if your lips are covered, they're not getting burned.
Oh yeah.
I think someone's dad is peeking in the window here, so let's move along.
So for hair, it's just like makeup. Be as self-expressive as you possibly can. I have a bunch of stuff over here. Hairspray is a mandatory. You want it nice and flat on your head so your helmet isn't knocking around, and like Jen always says, you don't want to distract from your horse. For my hair, I like to put it in a bun. Or one of these hair nets because it just doesn't get in the way. I have such long, thick hair that it's a mess.
Right.
I don't like a ponytail because, as I was explaining to Anne-Marie earlier, if you're on a bouncy horse like Coda, your hair will be swinging back and forth. I have dealt with that when I showed Coda when I was younger, or your number will be covered if it's not on your saddle pads.
Okay.
Or even for some of the younger kids, I don't know if Jen's talked about this, for the English, you can have your hair in braids with these little bows you can get at like Dover Saddlery, West 20, and you can be as self-expressive as you want. I've seen little girls with little bows that have owls on them, with just any color.
Patriotic.
Yes. I love the look of that. For the younger girls, if you like your hair in braids, I suck at braiding, so don't come for me with that.
Can you show that to the camera, what we've got there and where you got it?
So this is a hairnet I used when I was younger from West 20. Your hair just sat right in here, and it clips into the back, and it sits at the base of your head.
Okay.
So right below the helmet, where the helmet ends. This was very good when my hair wasn't as long as thick as it is now. I used to have hair probably right here, and it was perfect for it. Held it in very well with a little bit of bobby pins or hair clips. But as I got older and my mom stopped doing my hair for me, because, that happens too.
Yep.
I actually got these from Sally's Beauty. For 99 cents, you get 2 in a pack, and they come with literally any hair color. I love them dearly.
Show me your bobby pin holder.
So this is actually for tools and like nails.
This is genius.
My dad actually came up with this idea when we were looking at stuff at Menards, and you can pull one out somewhat.
That is
easily.
awesome.
But it stays in. I have my bag somewhere in this room, and they don't come out.
Then you can put them back in without opening the lid. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're gonna do your hair, and then actually is because I'm sitting here, I'm gonna maybe see if you can explain what I would do with my length hair.
Yeah. Okay. So for my hair, let's see if I have a hairbrush. I might not. No, I don't. So we're just gonna freehand it. I just like to set it into a low ponytail. And actually, did you know this for Western? You're supposed to have it behind the ear. For hunter classes, if you don't use a hairnet, you're supposed to have it over the ear.
Oh my gosh.
It's so picky, and like I said, during quarantine, I got obsessed with this stuff. And I take a hair tie, tightly pull it, and to make your hair lay flat, I figured this out for the girls with long, thick hair. You don't pull from this way. You take the under parts of the hair.
Underneath.
And you pull.
Okay.
So it lays more flat on your head so your helmet doesn't fuss around.
Right.
And another hair tie. And then I just swish this around like you would be putting up a regular bun. You can see a little knot. And then I tie it like that. Pull. And you have a tiny little bun sitting on the back of your head. I like to take one of my hair nets.
And they're inexpensive enough that if they get torn or whatever.
It's not a cry.
If you can use it twice, that's great.
I think I used 3 throughout the whole show season. And I went to probably 13 shows.
Wow.
And I like to just wrap it.
Oh my gosh.
And you have it just sit like that. And you can bobby pin it. Let your hair toss around, and it's so easy, so simple.
Right, but it looks clean and easy.
It looks clean, it looks easy. As you can see, I did that in 30 seconds?
And you don't have to spend $40 on a hairnet when a 99-cent Sally's hairnet will do. And that's part of what we're trying to do is show options that you don't have to go Olympic level when we're doing what we're doing here, and we can do things inexpensively and still look very appropriate
Yeah.
for what our discipline is. So that's awesome.
And even for some of the girls and guys who like to just show off a little more, like with the makeup look, there's a YouTube channel called Horse Show Beauty on YouTube, and she
Okay.
has a bunch of stuff. That's where I've learned all the makeup looks, the hair, this actual trick right here. It's just, she knows so much about it.
Oh,
and
neat.
It's an easy resource for those who want to get more into it.
Okay.
Yeah.
So we've got a bun, and that goes both English and Western. The ranch riding does seem to wear a ponytail, though.
They
but
actually like a braid more.
they like a braid.
They like the braid more.
Because then it's not
It's like you're on the ranch. You don't want your hair
flying
flopping
around. Okay.
I've seen girls with it on their side.
Okay.
You really don't see the hairnet in the ranch riding.
No ribbons, though.
No ribbons.
No ribbons. Okay. All right. I'll trade seats with you. And what would you do with me? I noticed
you?
it under my own helmet in pictures from this past show that I probably should have had my pull-up hairnet.
Yes. For Amory's hair, since it's so short, I'd actually go with what they call a no-knot hairnet.
Right.
You can use it more for English. I don't see it as much for Western.
Right.
But it's just a hairnet where you pretty much flip your hair up and it just sits at the top of your head, but it has to work with your helmet.
Right.
Because I know some helmets don't. If not, actually, I'll take it right here. And since your hair's a little bit shorter, your hair's a lot shorter than I thought it was.
Yeah. would you try to do a pony here and get it under the thing and then try this, or?
What do you usually do?
You know what? This is the first season that I'll have it short. Normally I would have worn it, and I do have a no net, and I wish I would have thought to bring that.
You could honestly clip it back more.
Okay.
And even if you just want to do like a pigtail thing, so it can sit better, just so you probably won't be able to see your hair throughout the helmet.
Right.
So if you just have two pigtails just sitting at the back of your head,
that would be okay.
That would be it'll put it together. It'll almost look like you're wearing like the no knot hairnet.
Right.
You want it out of your face. I spent years as a kid with my hair just in my face.
Right.
It puts more of a look together when it's just slicked back.
So do I get the big ribbons though if I ponytail mine?
No, sadly you aged out of that a couple of years.
But I might age right back into it. So, well, Amanda, do you have anything else to add?
All I'm just going to say is be as self-expressive as you can. You don't have to look like everyone else that you see. You don't have to do exactly what I did, buy the same products I do. You don't need to spend an arm and a leg on everything you buy.
Right.
It's just, if you want to go to even the dollar store and just get like a set little look, find a way to express yourself, since this is one of the very few ways in the horse show industry you really can be as self-expressive as possible.
Right. And I notice a mirror, or maybe even like those that's not glass that you can bring and keep in your tack box or whatever, because you don't want to break glass around the horses.
I have my beauty bag that has everything
in it.
my
gosh.
I like to just keep stuff in bags as possible.
Right.
As you saw with the bobby pin stuff.
Right.
Having his stuff their own little spot helps so much in the show morning, and that goes for everything in the horse show.
What about jewelry?
Jewelry. Oh wow. So for me, I have these tiny little hoop earrings I like to wear for the English classes, or a stud. Actually, I've heard that some judges more like chokers for the English world. I personally don't wear any necklaces or anything just because I don't like stuff touching my neck.
Right.
But earrings, you don't want something dangling, you don't want it hitting you, just something small like a tiny hoop or a stud.
Like my little purse ones,
like
okay. So nothing big and gaudy. You don't want that, especially if you're trying to show a horse's smooth gait. You don't want it binging back and forth.
Because earrings will move at the slightest touch.
And then
And you don't want bracelets or anything that dangle.
Okay.
Because your show clothes will come off of it and stuff like that, and you can just see a piece of silver swinging on your hands.
Right.
You don't want to bring as much attention to your hands
as possible.
Yes.
Especially if you don't have good hands. But that'll be me. So okay. I think that probably covers it about we've been almost 15 minutes here. That's our longest video to date. So again, thank you, Amanda, for coming in and doing this and covering so many different bases here for us. If you have questions, please put them in the comments on the show page, and we'll be sure to answer as many questions as you can. Until the next time, take care, and we'll see you around. Bye. Thanks, Amanda. That was